For many years now, the residents of Crystal Lake have enjoyed the solitude of the local woods and surrounding areas, used by many for rambling and general enjoyment. But the council's recent decision to relocate convicted mass murderer Jason Voorhees to the woods as part of their Caring and Community project has caused an outcry. And now, the woodlands is considered a danger and off-limits. We're joined today by Crystal Lake resident and long-term victim, Russell Townsend. Now, Mr. Townsend, you've lived in the area for 10 years and used these woods for hiking and other recreation, is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
And are you familiar with Mr. Voorhees?
Yes, I'm actually currently issuing legal proceedings against him. Well, just like everybody else around here, I'm sick of him. We're sick of his knives, we're sick of his stalking, his slashing.
How has Crystal Lake changed since Mr. Voorhees came here?
Oh, it's worse, much worse. I mean, this used to be a nice place. Kids and old people could run free, and apart from the odd paedophile here and there, it used to be a generally safe place. But now, since the likes of him came here, it's terrible. The murder rate for the county is the highest it's ever been, and we've had to close down the summer camp because nobody'd come anymore. And the worst part of it all is the price of housing has plummeted. Now I found out I can't even go skinny dipping anymore because the council have issued him with a harpoon gun. It's totally unnecessary and it's not what I pay my council tax for. And by the way, we only get one bin collection now a week. One.
What do you say to the local residents who claim that your mandate has significantly increased the crime rate in the region?
Well, I think it's very easy to suggest that Mr. Voorhees is totally responsible for every single horrific death in the woods. And while there is substantial evidence that he could very well be responsible, I don't think we can put the blame squarely on him. I think there could be any number of reasons for the unaccounted and horrific deaths at Crystal Lake.
But do you think it's responsible of the council to leave Mr. Voorhees to his own devices in the woods?
Well, admittedly there is a degree of trial and error to the procedure. I'll be the first to put my hands up and say yes. Chances are if you put an infamous mass murderer into an environment that will give him ample opportunity to commit similar crimes to that which he's been convicted on for several occasions, given those circumstances, he may well repeat those offences. A few times over perhaps. But there's also a chance that he wouldn't murder any innocent backpackers and teenage virgins. After all, he has just as much right to use the county's common ground for recreation as anyone. We would encourage any hikers choosing to use Crystal Lake as a thoroughfare to do so responsibly and to not draw any unwanted attention to themselves by being young and carefree.
It's not easy living with mental illness. I've faced a lot of prejudice. If you tell someone you've got mental health issues, they always treat you differently, whether they're aware of it or not. And it's not like a broken arm where you've had it in plaster or a sling. Someone would look at me and not know I was mental. Now, admittedly, I do keep my dead mother's head in the fridge, but that's not really the point. It's what people think about that which is really indicative of society nowadays. And let me tell you, people can be very judgmental. Oh, better go, ta-ra.
We're joined live now by Russell, Jason and Tim. Tim, you mentioned earlier that you were putting procedures in place to prevent any more loss of life. Have you implemented any of these yet?
Yes, we have. And here's the solution. A high visibility vest. We discovered that the main issue was that people couldn't see Mr. Voorhees. If they can see him, then they can avoid him. And we think this is the ideal solution for both the common and Mr. Voorhees.
There's no reason to be unpleasant, is there?
I don't want him in the woods.
Chasing you isn't exactly easy, you know. I got flat feet and a slip disc.
Stop doing it! Look at this. Look what you did to me.
It's just a flesh wound, don't worry about it. See what I have to put up with? Unbelievable.